We have here is the RTX 3070 Zotac Gaming OC twin fan. Going to be putting the Bykski Water Block on today. As you can clearly see, I broke the fan, stuck my finger in it while it was moving by accident. Gonna take this off, get the water block on it. So put back plate with thermal paste. Really an instruction manual, just something to scan a QR code, see more products. Won't be using that. And then the block itself. Very clean looking block. Feels well made. Never used one of these water blocks before. Back plate out. Those come with thermal pads I see in here. On back plate. Could be completely wrong. Who cares? So I'm just gonna start unscrewing based on other cards I've taken apart. Have not taken this apart before. And we will see what happens. A bit of rust on this from the humidity here where I live. I was running this card mining. It's a full hash rate edition. Sitting on the shelf for a while because of that broken fan. Figured instead of doing an RMA through Zotac, it'd just be better to get a water block for it. Bykski had one available. Actually said only one available when I went to order it. Out of stock after I placed that order. So it's really fortunate with the timing there. I don't under normal conditions know that you would necessarily need to water cool a 3070. Looks like there's another small screw here. I don't know how to get to that right now. Let's see here. Looks like all the screws holding the back plate on are actually on the board. Got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But can I get to those? No. Get this off. Be a few screws through the fan here. That's where I should start. Let's see. Yep, that'll be the way. Two screws here, keep this plastic shroud on. Piers. Contacted Zotac, asked if I could just buy a replacement fan. Their answer was no. They don't sell replacement parts. You'd have to RMA the whole card. Wasteful and ridiculous, in my opinion. Oh, that's nice and rusted. Watch me not be able to get this. It's like pre-stripped. It's not good. I don't care if I break this because there's no water block on. But like to not. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get that. There. There's two fan blades. You can see that screw at the bottom of the screen. It's just a hole. Not good. Running into an issue in the first 5 minutes. Usually a great sign of how the rest of the build's gonna go. Not against breaking it. Well, let's see if I can get these fans out of the way, at least. None of the other screws gave me an issue. That one must have just been too rusted that it completely shredded it once I started screwing it. Deal. See if that takes a fan blade. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, so that should at least help. Once I do that to this side, gain access to that screw, get a better look at it. Makes it pretty easy to clean this heatsink. Take these 3 screws out per fan. It's got plenty of dust on it. Screw. Just a hole there. Let's see if we can get the camera to adjust. Go. Alright, so I paused it there. I cut it off. It was too stripped. I don't have the right tools to get a strip screw that small, so easiest thing to do, in my opinion, because I'm tossing this anyways. Heatsinks rusted, plastics ruined, just cut the plastic off. Shame, but Whatever. Putting a water block on it. Who cares about the shroud? The ugly shroud, anyways. Now that took that off, should have access to a few more screws for that back plate. I think. Yes, where some of these screws exist. Don't see a clear way of taking the heatsink off yet. Unless the heatsink is truly just on by these 4 screws. I'm gonna imagine that that's the case. Right here. Let's take these 4 off and see what happens. You don't see one of those pressure plates with 4 points, so I think that's the answer here. I believe this heatsink must just be pressed on here with these 4 screws. Let's see if this comes off. Might be a little stuck. Yep, there we go. Heatsink off. Die exposed. Here you can see what this heatsink looks like. Nothing special. That water block's going to be a lot better cooling for this, even though it's just a 3070. Look at that. Dirty, dusty, rusty. Get it off. Alright, here we have the card. On that backplate, very small card. Very small. Let's get this backplate off, free this card up. 8 gigs of memory. Very dusty. I don't see any rust on the card, so that's good. Not paying attention to where any of the screws go. Not a pro tip. That off. These off so I can got a couple friends at mine. Might just sell the card to them. Here's this close up of this broken fan. Honestly, one of the cheaper fans I've seen made for GPUs. See if I can get that to focus. Probably not. I brushed my finger along it when it was moving. Didn't even hurt my finger, just snapped it right off. It was very, very porous. The inside of the fan, it kind of looked like lava rock, if you've ever seen lava rock. Now I have quite a few cats, so that's where a lot of this dust comes from. I had the cards sitting in the garage while they mined. One really dusty, dirty cat in there. I think that's all the screws. All screws should be able to get this card off. Sure. I don't want to bend it and break it. Oh, there's one more screw. Done that before. Is the card. Nothing too special with these. Really simple. I mean, this is tiny. Only 4 outputs. One of the more simple cards you can get, which is now very expensive. When I got it, it was back in the fall of 2020. For what, 500 bucks? Now they go for 850 and low hash rate. Yeah, right. I'm not paying that. Okay. So I'm gonna clean this chip up. I do have some alcohol inside I could get. See how easy it comes off first. Pretty easy. Don't think I'll use the alcohol. Yeah, not much for thermal paste there. Save money where they can. Why put a lot of thermal paste on? Plastic spatula and get that off. Pause it. Alright, so I was just cleaning it up real quick. Paused it. Wanted to just really hold it up to my face and wipe it. Now, one of the criticisms I'd heard of Zotac earlier on was their use of thermal pads and how much oil there was when they got heated up. Now you can see some of that oil residing there on the board. Even on the backside. I mean, look at that. Look how much oil there is. You could cook on that thing. Get some nice fried chicken. Pause the video again. Get some alcohol, some cleaning pads. See if I can't remove some of that oil. Now, actually, before I do, take a look at types of pads they used. Look at that. Just soaking up grease. It's like they dipped it in a fryer. Oh, it's like tar. Get it on my finger. Good job, Zotac. And if you buy one of these stock and they still use these, I recommend you take it off, get some nice new pads to replace these. Alright, we'll be right back. So, just use some isopropyl. Doesn't really get a lot of that grease off. I mean, look at that. Once the focus is here. You can kind of catch the glimpse though. Yeah, I at least cleaned the memory off, so I feel better about that, but overall, not good thermal pads. Just greasy, nasty. You touch it with your hands and it gets grease in your hands. Let's see here. Yeah. No thanks. Good riddance. Goodbye. Paying 500 bucks for greased up heatsink. Alright, so. Oh, actually, there's still some that I forgot right here. Yeah. Take that off. Pause the video. Alright. Now that I got it mostly cleaned off, I'm going to focus on getting the new block on. I assume that everything it came with, including a screwdriver, which I could have used, but I already had one that worked, so I'll use it going forward. Little mini screwdriver, Phillips head. Not bad. Some thermal pads. They look to be all the same size, even though I just removed some really skinny ones, so I'm not sure if I'm going to have to cut some in half. Some pressurized screws with little plastic clear washers. Haven't seen those, but looks like those washers go with those little black screws that are also in that bag. RGB head. Not sure exactly where that will go yet. A few nice metal caps here. Take these out. It's really nice. Nice metal heads. Caps go over the ports that aren't being used for the tubing. And I'm just going to tidy up here, get these screws out of the way from taking off the previous shroud. I'm going to assume I don't need any of them again. No reason to assume that, but I will. Okay. Let's keep it clean. Then we got some longer screws here. I think I won't use that thermal paste. I'll probably use some of the Arctic that I have, but get that chip nice and shiny and clean. So let's take a look at this block. You can see where the new thermal pads are going to go. We've got this L shape, C shape, I would guess, rather, there, right here. I just took those off, and then these two I just took off as well. Pretty easy. Probably gonna put, we'll see. See how I do this order. Very clean. Alright, so I've been doing some looking up while it was paused. Just a test fitment here. Taking a look at it. Just trying to figure out how to put this back on and how it would work exactly, because there's not 3 screw places on either the card or the block for that to screw into. So I'm just going to play that one by ear and go with it. Whatever happens, happens at this point. What I'd like to do, I'm just going to pre-place the pads. Guess I'll do it on the card itself. I didn't want to, but why not? There's way more screws and way more washers and way more pads provided than you'll need. Not sure if look how long the end of this bag is. Can't even stick my fingers in there and reach pulling out. They're sticky so they won't slide down. I'll just cut it. There's a cardboard here. One sec. All right. This bag. I don't have any use for these thermal pads after this, even though there's extra. Kind of a waste. I'd prefer they don't give this much extra. But this was like a 3090. Okay, got backside VRM. I want to put that on, but just with this 3070, I don't really know why. So the first one. Goodness. I think that'll work. It's there. This piece. One side. Just gonna leave the plastic end on till it's ready to be installed. Covers most of it. Let's see here. Not a perfectionist in any way. Not going for any records with this card. Looking to impress anybody. That's on. We got small one there, small one needed there. Put this lengthwise. It's just one of them. Should have just used scissors. but I think this won't work.
For scaring those things away.
Nice. Yeah.
This is for you.
I'm not happy with that. Maybe I'll just cut one small piece for each. I'm gonna pull this over here, it's easier to cut. It's easier to cut. Cut that in half, and I'll put one on each. No need to have them connect. There. There. That's good. That'll do for that. Now I just need to cover lengthwise here. To go test fit. That one won't work. I'm just gonna grab a new strip. And also see if it heats in here. There. Divot. Cut. Width, very skinny. Sure, how I want to do this. Just gonna cut that very well, but I think I'll just go get scissors. Alright, I went and got medical scissors. Should be easiest. Not bad, not great. Done worse. Slide that in. Somehow. Okay. Interesting. Someone other than me might want that a little more straight. But it covers it. That's all that matters, right? No idea. Yeah, that's straight enough. Okay, so that's the pads everywhere. I'm going to remove the plastic before I forget and install it with the plastic on. Even though the companies themselves tend to do that sometimes with their own cards. I think I've seen some news articles where people removed their shrouds after high temps. And lo and behold, the plastic covering is on our thermal pads. Nothing like paying a few $1,000 for high temperature. Alright. Who knows what type of brand thermal paste this is? Who knows what the consistency is? I'm just gonna get something I use. Alright, I'm gonna use some Arctic MX4. I usually like to do the X across. Sometimes do a dot in the middle, but I usually like that X. I think it covers it pretty well. Now, okay. John. Might be too much. But better than the crap they had on there. Came out a little thicker, a little wider than I thought. Thought it might be a little skinnier, but okay. Now I'm gonna put this on. Put it on. Have it face me, so I don't mess this up. Screws. It's easy. Couldn't be any easier. Do about 50% screwing in. Get each one in first, then put them all the way down. Appreciate the screwdriver they gave, but prefer a full-size one here. Get that on there now. Thumbs down, do a star method. So just make sure I don't strip any of them. Okay. That should be on there. See contact on the thermal pads I put on. So that's good. Okay, so it's on there. Just have to put the back plate on. Let's see, you can kind of see those thermal pads now showing through that light blue. Figure out this is gonna go on. Let's see. Let's see, actually. Let's see. Lucy. Alright there. But be right back. Okay, so a slight screw up on my part. You put this bracket back on before you put the block together. So everything's on there. I'm just gonna go ahead and real quickly throw this on and go back to putting everything together. Wasn't clear how that went. I kind of assumed there'd be a separate step that would take care of that, but I was wrong. Screws. Screwing these back on. Nothing special. Okay. Well, guess that'll hold it. We'll see. Now, everything should still be good to just put it back on. Everything's covering the heat sinks. Might have put a little too much thermal paste on, so I'm just going to clean that up a little bit. Spatula and respread that. Alright, so the dye's pretty well covered now. Should be good enough at least. Let's put this back on. It's here now. Okay. Guess I'm gonna do this another way. They're lined up. Looks like good contact. all around. Okay. Just held it in my hand because this part was touching the desk. It's preventing me from pushing it all the way down. I'm going to use these washers, these little plastic washers. You can sort of see it there at the tip of my fingers. They provided it. Might as well use it. Way more than you need again. They gave you like 20. You only need 4. These other screws out of the way so I don't scratch it. Okay. Hold it in my hand because the way. So put this plastic washer here. Screw. Tough to line that up, but I think I got it. First one's most difficult. Just get it on and then I can adjust later. Do the same star method. Using a magnetic tip screwdriver is helping. Then I'll use the one they provided. Tear it down. Try not to mess this up. It's annoying. Shaky. It's 2. Stick. Okay. Screw. Okay. 3. One more. All the other screws look line up. You're just going to use, looks like 4 other of these long screws. Then we'll put the back plate on after that. I'll then probably take it all apart again because I messed something up. Hopefully not. Okay. So they're all half on. Just going to push the plastic sort of more into place on each of them. Then screw down with this, since they provided it. Nice, good contact, good pressure. Should see good temps with this. Okay, that's 4 screws down. Yeah, I don't see any space between the memory and the pads. They don't seem to be too squished. Hopefully there's good contact on that die. It's the only thing I'm worried about. But we'll assume that there is. Still see that oil on there. Use the stock bracket. Nice clean Bykski. Pretty nice. This down now. Okay. Now we've got the back plate. Now I think I am going to slap some of this extra heat pads onto the backside here. Because they provided it. And they had it on there before, so it's not like a 3090 where there's going to be that backside VRM, but I'll just scissor it up. Got them out here now, might as well use them. That's slapped on right here. Especially with that good contact, I mean, all the memory is going to be cooled directly with the water. Chips cool directly with the water. Sort. Yeah, let's just do that. Really no need to do this, I would imagine, but they provide it. Put it on. Yeah, so I got this card from Zotac's website directly back in 2020 in the fall. $500, full hash rate, back in the good old days. I haven't even been on Zotac's website in forever. Stopped trying once they hiked the prices up and then decided to do low hash rate versions. No thanks. Nice. Alright. Backside VRM, plastics off. Let's put this beautiful backplate on. Bykski. I'll get that oil off after. Just like that. With the 4 screws, line those up and set her down. Nice. Contact with that's at all. I got a hair in there. Might need thicker pads. They may not have sent this. I do have other pads. 1 second. Alright, I double stacked it here. Double 2mm it looks like. We'll see what happens. Can always take it off. Stick that first. They provided aren't very sticky. Really wants to just use be too thick. What size is this? I don't even have any actually. Okay, we're gonna do another take on this. I do not believe the one I'm using is sticky enough or squishy enough to put 2 on, so I'm just gonna use stock. Stock, I mean the blue. What's up? Double blue. Wasn't good contact there with that gelid on top. No, maybe just intend you don't cool the back of it. Zotac did. They don't know what they're doing necessarily. Alright, we'll just end up taking all this off. Unless this works well. Seems a little extra. Let's see what happens. Let's see, just double stacked it. I'm gonna paste this on. Is this the ticket? I'm just gonna try screwing down. See what happens. Take it off. It's only 4 screws. If it doesn't work. First screw? Yeah, there's 1. Is that the right screw? It is, it just has to go further. It's 2. This might work. Yeah, I think it will. Does it look good? We'll see. One more screw. It's technically completed.
We're scaring those things away.
That'll work. That'll do. Functions as intended. I think that looks really good. Looks like good contact all around. Be really interested to see what the temps are. Get that oil off. Come on, oil. Because they put an oiled frying pan as the original heatsink on there with those pads. I don't know what they were thinking. People gonna do a barbecue? Yeah.
This is for you.
Oh, greasy fingers on it. That is the back plate. Bykski. Nice matte black. Then Damn. That is gonna look good. Raw weight, not too heavy. Let's see, make sure this will hold it. I mean, I would have thought they would have had some type of brackets here for these through screw holes. All the weight's gonna be held. These points should be fine. I just would have thought. I'm gonna pause and clean up. Alright, cleaned up the desk. Left with the baggie, got the extra thermal paste, the extra screws, the extra washers. All put together. Very nice. The cap's in there. Really high gloss to that. Just love the shine. Extremely clean plastic. Look at that. Makes you want to water cool. Very low production quality today. I'm aware of that. Just using a webcam. Figured I might as well do this. I didn't see any other videos for this exact water block on a 3070 Zotac. If you bought one of these and are putting it on, hopefully this was helpful. If not, good luck. I hope your card works as intended. I hope this one does too. Thank you.